Hi guys, so the video you are about to see is pretty remarkable. We went into video an old graveyard. Sorry, I'm out for my evening walk, and what we caught is kind of creepy. It's about a witch, a cat, drowning. But anyway, I've said too much. Tune in, watch the video, and let me know your thoughts below. Okay, let's take a look. So today we find ourselves in Grange Cemetery. Now the cemetery itself lies beside the ruins of a late medieval church, sometimes called St. Patrick's or Kilmore Church. It was once a monastic grange farming outpost operated by the monks. Its walls stand testament to centuries of prayer, famine, funerary traditions, and many people buried here from famine times. Now just inside the gate there's a memorial that honours the Barry brothers from Neamstown. So I'm just going to bring you up to the Memorial Plaque here. And you can see the Great War 1914 to 1918 in memory of the Barry brothers. John Barry, Royal Dublin Fusiliers, killed in the Balkans 1915, aged 27. Michael Barry, Welsh Regiment, died in action in France 1918, aged 28. And William Barry, Royal Irish Regiment, 19th July 1927. William enlisted in 1917. He returned wounded and died in 1927. All three lost before their mother would. 4 Barry sons in little more than a decade. An unspeakable tragedy there. Now I know not all of them are buried here, obviously, but some of them are, and unfortunately we were never able to locate them. So we're going to take a walk around. I'm going to show you a lovely monument to Walter Whitty, but there's a bit of a legend attached to that involving a witch. But there's also a tombstone just up further here. Very, very interesting, and what happened is actually recorded on the headstone itself. Just be careful where we walk. Some of the crosses are hard to see. Look at this for railings. And it's joined to this one. Unfortunately, that seems to have lost the top of it. All the little crosses in a row. Look at this. Three children who died in infancy of the late Nicky and Mary Clooney. Just there. Nicholas Riley, who died the 14th of November 1918, aged 10 years. Also Ellen Riley, who died the 7th of April 1919, aged just 5. Wow. I'm surprised this is still standing. It's leaning. It's like that sandstone. Anna Maria, I can see wrote on it. Kelly, Anna Maria Kelly, who died the 2nd, July the 2nd, looks like 1925 there. There's other names on it, too hard to read. So, believe me when I tell you that there is an eeriness to this graveyard. I can't really explain it, not so much here. But in areas of the church, definitely. Like in there. And it's quite strange, the layout. As you can see here, it's almost divided. Well, I think you can see. It's divided by rails. Quite beautiful rails. We have lion's feet there. The rails run the whole way along it. I believe there's a headstone just in there, but we can't access it from this side. We have to access it from the other side of the church. Not a railed area there. So in the centre of the church we have this striking monument, and it's from 1647, erected by the Whitty family, and they were builders of Ballyteague Castle, and it's actually in memory of Sir Walter Whitty. So he was a knight. Now carved into it is the coat of arms, and it's seemingly supposed to be a line. But there's a local legend. And the local legend is that locals to the area swore that it looked more like a cat. So the chilling tale behind that, it said that Whitty seduced a local witch's beautiful daughter and he drowned her. In revenge, the witch became a great black cat, leapt at Sir Walter's throat and killed him. Some believe the carving changed shape to memorialise her wrath. Now, do they mean this, which to me does look like a lion, but maybe a cat's head? Or do they mean this, which to me looks more like a cat than a lion? But there is also further up another coat of arms with also a lion And it looks like oak leaves or maybe acorns up there as well, quite hard to see. Slightly different to this one. So this is a Norman era monument and the only one of its kind seemingly in Ireland, marred forever by folklore, curse and time. Now, I think this is Old English. We can see Ballyteague there, but then it looks like it changes to Latin. We can see 9th of November, Anno Domini. Anno Dom, is it? And 1630. And then it just becomes unreadable. I can see a Richard Whitty. There's actually another date just down here. There's a 1646. A 1647. That says AMODOI. Amodoi, I think.
Anno Domini.
That's what I thought it was, but what's this here? Amoris.
Amoris.
D-I-V-I. Divi. So if anybody knows, guys, put it down in the comments. But this place certainly feels very eerie. Whether the whole witch story is true or not, or is it just folklore? But in fairness, one of those lines certainly looks more like a cat than a line. We're not quite sure what this is. This is behind rails. Behind it looks like a slate with cement all around it. Quite hard for you to see there. I wonder, was it like some sort of chest tomb at one stage, maybe? And it's just completely overgrown. It's very, very strange in here. What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, big scrape or something.
You didn't move, did you?
No, I'm here. With the torch.
That's my feet. This was a...
It's like those leaves or something that were there. Or something moved.
Those leaves are there forever. There's leaves on the ground, like, but it's kind of... Listen. I told you this place feels creepy here. Doesn't it? I don't even know whether that was caught.
Strange vibe right in here. Especially this area, because...
This area, and I can never ever...
And the funny thing is...
Figure it out.
The strange thing is this family itself. Is why this one is caged. Like, they're on their own here.
Yeah.
And then you have this big long one. That's all on its own as well.
And it's even like ridiculous,
Like
but
they're separated.
we have the
bars.
cage just beside the wall, and then this side, like these railings are...
It's like they didn't want to be buried together. Separated by bars.
I don't know, it's so strange. I wonder are they buried in there or underneath? Maybe it was the witch letting us know that she's still here and that she did change that line to a cat. So we'll take that as a gospel. That's like a very old ancient tomb. Oh, it's kind of like, is it? Looks like there is writing that goes along the edge of it there, but just so worn.
Like there's very little wind out. But like, I mean, in there...
In there it's still...
It's sheltered.
Yeah.
So I can't understand how it would happen if it's sheltered. You know, there's no breeze.
Would you come back here at night?
Oh, it would be spooky here at night.
Oh, it'd be horrible here at night.
I'm not sure about night time.
No, nor I. I don't think so. Especially after that. I actually thought it was near to my ear, that noise. So let's keep going. So what do you think, guys? Did Walter find the witch's daughter and, like they say, drowned her? Obviously any parent would be extremely annoyed. But imagine, but imagine turning yourself into a cat to kill them. That just is crazy. Probably one of the most strangest tales to read on a headstone that I have ever seen, and one that has stayed with me for years, since the very first time I found it. It says, to the memory of Florence Sullivan, who departed this life on the 6th of October 1860, age 72. Also of her brother, and this is William Empson, who died the same place on the... who died...
At the same place.
At the same place on the... Is that day? Day of her funeral, October the 10th, 1860. So she died on the 6th. Her funeral was the 10th. So he must have actually died at her funeral. It says the same place as her funeral. So he died 4 days later.
He could have actually
as
died,
he attended her funeral. So her funeral would have come through this graveyard.
And he could have died anywhere around here.
And it probably would have taken this pathway to her final resting place. And then he died. It is one of those stories that will haunt me forever. It's so interesting and obviously extremely sad. This in here is the Boxwells. Oh wait, the gate is open. And these were quite a prominent family. But a sad inscription here, Anne Boxwell, who died the 17th of November 1843, aged 3 months. And of Nessie Boxwell, February the 8th, 1847, aged 10 months. And of Ambrose H. Boxwell, who died May 12th, 1874, aged 34. And there's Dr. John Boxwell, who died at Barry's Reef in Australia, April the 29th, 1876, aged 31. And of Samuel Boxwell, late Major, Northumberland. He died at Ballarat, Australia, 1904, aged 54. And then there's their father, Henry Harvey Boxwell. He was only 53. Surgeon of the County Wexford Infirmary. Wow. There's a Kate down at the end. So it just goes to show all the money in the world, it won't save you, as read there. Now we have a William J. Troughton, who departed this life March 29th, 1886, age 64, in the memory of Elizabeth, widow of William, 1918, age 76.
He was an esquire.
He was an esquire. You see, and that's what I'm saying, these are quite prominent families here. Maybe they were married into each other, and that's why they shared the same plot and very similar headstones. Just at the bottom it says, "Thanks be to God, which giveth us the victory through it our Lord Jesus Christ.
And see there it says she had to
Yeah, I
done
was
what
just
she
going to
did.
read that, and then it says she had to done what she could. That is what I would like on my headstone.
You can't do any more than
No, she did
you
what she
can.
could, you know.
You can only do your best.
Yeah, and that's probably what it's telling you. She did her best. Some of these have just completely fallen.
Well, they say after 50 years nobody really comes to your grave.
After 50 years, yeah. This is a nice one. You can see that there with the crucifixion scene. The sun and the moon. I was trying to see if there was a name on it for the person, the stonemason. Any date, 1798 on this one. This must have been cleaned. Look how well you can see Richard Rochford there. Very beautiful, he was 56. The sun is not really helping. As I said, it's kind of going down. I think we have another nice headstone just here. This one, also the crucifixion scene. You can see it there. Oh, we have, I presume that's Mary there. We have a temple there. Wow. I presume that's Mary. And possibly Mary Magdalene maybe. We have the sun and the moon. Let's see what date is on this. 1792 it looks like. Wow. Amazing. Any name on it there? No? Do you know the way they have the maker's name? There. Brown.
Burn, is it?
Or Byrne. It's J. Byrne. Wow. Those are fairly rare stones to find. He was a gifted stonemason. I think anybody that's on my channel really for years and years will know that those headstones and that stonemason in particular, there was a few of them, but J. Byrne was definitely
And people often wonder
the
where
best.
he's buried. J. Byrne.
A lot of people said that
But apparently
he may have fought for in the rebellion.
Yeah, and he wasn't given
And he wasn't given a grave or a headstone maybe. If he died in the fields, he may not have been recovered. Beautiful window there. Now guys, I know what this is. And you can see it's pretty much sheltered in there. But let's see if I can get a better angle at it. You can see it there. Has handles. And it runs the whole way down. And I know what that is. Oh, if I showed them that now.
Yeah.
They're going to know.
Yeah, give it away.
I'll give it away. No clues. If you know what it is, put it in the comment down below. And I will let you know if you have it right or not. Now, this is the other entrance into this church. Into this church ruin, I should say. Whoa, look at that. Why does this place kind of creep me out? I don't know why. There's a headstone there, look at. Erected in the memory of
Mary.
Mary Howland, is it? Chapel of... Whoa, what is that? Looks like chapel of something.
Age 65.
This life, age 65. Maybe that's the rest of her that's there. Who would throw that up there like that? I tell you, this place is strange. Right. Enter if you dare. Ooh. Huh?
Ah,
stop it.
listen. It was a man's voice.
She heard it. Sorry guys, me.
No, that's a car.
No, I know that's a car, but there was another, like, bump.
But there was a voice. A man's voice.
Oh God. Like, I don't usually feel weird or creeped out in graveyards.
Walls. There, with stuff on them, look.
That's Walter's grave. Oh, it's all swirly.
I wonder what this one is.
I don't know. There hardly more. Ow! Torn.
There's hardly more, what's that thing?
I think.
Richard.
Just light that up there. Does that say Esquire? No, it did.
Richard Rowe.
Late of something Wexford. Huh. Day of March. Died and
69.
69. Something bridge. New Rat Bridge? Something from Dublin had been. Phew, oh, there's flies and everything now coming out. Oh, just get that bloody torn. Wow, there's some writing.
A physician's. What's that for?
For a dropsy.
What is the?
Right, I'm going to turn you back on in a second. We have to find out what this says. And I just heard another noise. If I don't come back, you know what's happened to us. Right, we're back. We have cleaned it as much as we can. And it does tell you the whole story. So basically, whoops, it's standing on my shoe. Here lies the body of Richard Rowe, late of County Wexford, Esquire, who departed this life the 20th day of March. And it's basically 1,769. So 1769 he died. And he died at a public house in Wicklow, in New Rat Bridge, Wicklow. And he was returning from Dublin back to Wexford. He must have stopped off in a public house or a pub or a bar in Wicklow, and he died there. But he had been up in Dublin attending physicians for a dropsy. So we looked up what that is, and dropsy is an old term used for edema. So it's like fluid that also can cause heart failure, seemingly. So really, really interesting. We cleaned as much as we could. There's also his nephew was there as well, and Ebenezer. That was his nephew. He's there as well. So imagine that. He had been up in Dublin, coming home after attending some sort of doctor's meeting, and called into a bar or a pub and died there. So it is always very interesting what you find in these cemeteries. And I'm glad we found him, actually. Quite an interesting story to show that it's even, you know, just wrote there on the gravestone itself. Right, we're going to end it here. The sun is almost gone down. It's going to get dark. But for now, take care. God bless. And I will talk to you all again soon.
And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.